yes, there is a big difference as far as the commissary where we go grocery shopping. The prices are 30 to 40% cheaper than what I would find if I was to go into Brooklyn and go to the Pathmart or whatever the local grocery store. But yeah, as far as everything I need, medical services, mind you, on Fort Hamilton they have like a clinic, which is like a sick call for us if I ever get sick for myself. However, for my kids, if they get sick, we do have a pediatrician, but it's outside in Brooklyn. So everything is provided for me within the Fort Hamilton or in the immediate vicinity.
Okay, and you, Sergeant Cook? Do you have children? And
I don't have any children, but as far as benefits, mostly what Sergeant Blue was talking about. The medical and the dental are big for me. I am married. I do have a wife. And it's good for me to know that if anything happens to her, they're going to cover it. Because even if I do have to go off of the Army installation, we have TRICARE medical coverage. They're going to pay for everything I need. So if I have the sniffles, I can go to the clinic, and the doctor can say, okay, well you need to go home for the day and relax. But if I fall down and break my leg, I'm going to have to go to the hospital. There's not a hospital on Fort Hamilton because it's very small. Most Army installations do have a hospital, but Fort Hamilton is, like I said, it's tiny, so there's no hospital. I would have to go to the VA hospital, which is right off Post, or one of the other hospitals in Brooklyn. I'm not going to have to worry about paying for the ambulance ride or any of the medication, the doctor's visit, none of that stuff, because TRICARE is going to take care of that, which is great. It's good peace of mind to know that I don't have to worry about it. Hopefully, I won't break my leg anytime soon, but that's one of the small things. There's also organizations on post that can help a soldier out. AER, which is Army Emergency Relief. If my car explodes and I don't have a way to get to work, I can go to AER and they can give me a grant or a loan so that I can get my car fixed. And the loan's no interest. The grant, I don't even have to pay it back if I do get approved for a grant. It's the same thing for any other kind of emergency. If, God forbid, somebody in my family died and I just don't have the money to pay for a plane ticket to get home, they can get me a plane ticket so that I can get home. Then you've also got the BOSS program, which is basic or better opportunities for single soldiers. I know you're asking about married and kids and everything, but Better Opportunities for Single Soldiers is an organization where they actually set up things like paintball and camping trips and fishing trips and ski trips and stuff like that for single soldiers so that they can go, get out and do stuff and not just sit at home all the time. There's lots of other things. There's bowling alley. There's MWR, which is Morale, Welfare, and Recreation. It's a nice building. It's got big screen TVs and DVD players. They've got some Xbox 360s in there, some PlayStations, and they have an internet connection. You can go hang out. You could bring your family over there. You can bring your wife. You can bring your kids, whoever you want, just to hang out and do what you need to do. So there are a lot of things, even on the small post that Fort Hamilton is. There's a lot of things to do and a lot of basically a lot of opportunities for soldiers over there.
About females entering a male-dominated field, such as the Army, do you feel females have something to prove?
Personally speaking, I can't speak for females, and I can't speak for females in the Army. I can only speak for myself, Sergeant Blue. Me personally, I don't feel it's a male-dominated organization. I think, me personally, I feel that most people have hyped it up to appear that way because I look at it as I can do everything Sergeant Cook can do, and he does the same thing that I do. The reason is the Army has trained us to be diverse and be able to do another person's job. That way, if he was sick one day, I'd have to pull slack. Therefore, the Army trained me to do that job. So when somebody looks at it as being a male-dominated, the only thing I can think of when I hear somebody say that, maybe because there's a lot of males in it and there's not that many females, but other than that part, I don't really do the male-dominated because to me, I can do everything Sergeant Cook can do, and vice versa.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to that. Something that's has been very important to me being a soldier is that word soldier. We don't really see color, race, creed, even sex as much in the Army as you would see out in the rest of the world. We both wear the same uniform. We're green. I'm not white, and she's not brown. We're green. We're soldiers. So no matter what happens, no matter where I go in the Army, because we do move around a lot, but no matter where I go, I know that when I walk into the next office that I'm going to be working at, those guys are my family, even though I've never met them before. They wear green. Doesn't matter if they're girls, guys, black guy, Mexican guy, Puerto Rican guy, white guy, it doesn't matter. He's a soldier, and they're going to accept me as a soldier, and I'm going to be able to help them do their job, and they're going to help me do my job. So while you may be correct, the majority of soldiers are males, I also would have to agree that it's not a male. I guess if the definition of male-dominated means is the majority are males, then yes, it is male-dominated. But as far as it's not where you would need to prove anything, because all you have to prove is that you can do what a soldier can do. So.
Okay. Has your stay in the military redirected you into choosing another career or to follow a different career path? Sergeant Blue?
As far as, you mean when I get out of the Army?
Yes.
Actually, being in the Army, I joined the Army to be a mechanic. However, I've been in for so many years that, throughout the years, you can change your job and you can be trained on other things. And everything that I've ever been trained on is going to help me further my civilian life. So when I originally joined the Army, in my mind, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to join the Army to be a mechanic. And the reason I joined the Army to be a mechanic was because in my mind, I was like, yes, I'm going to join the Army to be this job because there's not many females. Because back then, I think I did personally have something to prove because I was ignorant to the fact of male-dominated fields and everything that had to entail. However, now, when I think about it, I still have it in the back of my mind that I'm going to join the Army. I joined the Army to be a mechanic, but when I get out of the Army, I don't necessarily want to be a mechanic. However, the skills that I learned when I was a mechanic and all the other 5 jobs that I've trained to do, one of those are going to lead me down a different path. Right now I'm in recruiting. In recruiting, you do a lot of public speaking. I meet with a lot of high school kids, college students, and then the things that I'm currently enrolled in college to do, and I'm getting my degree. I think that's what's going to be my factor when I get out of the Army, is what I specifically want to do when I get out, not necessarily this particular job or that particular job. I think it's a combination of everything I've done is what's going to drive me to decide. Look, if you ask me right now, what do I want to do when I get out of the Army? Honestly, I can't think that far because I love being in the Army. I wouldn't tell anybody anything else other than I love my job, I love what I do, I love the reason why I joined the Army, because I feel the Army has instilled many things in me that I feel I would have never gotten if I would have never joined the Army. So I want to take everything I've learned, every job that I've trained, and when I do finally get out, then I'll decide, hey, maybe I want to be a pharmacy technician or a phlebotomist or a mechanic, different things to do. But right now, if you ask me what do I see myself doing when I get out, I really can't, because I've been in the Army for so long, that's all that's like in my mind.
I've actually thought about it for a long time because of the jobs that I've had in the Army. I have a top secret security clearance. I have a lot of specialized technical training, and the Army has also taught me to speak a couple of different languages. So don't ask me to speak. But I've actually been looking at the FBI and working for the NSA. I definitely want to work for a government agency and continue serving my country in that way. But I haven't made up my mind whether or not I want to stay in the Army and do the full 20 years so that I can retire, or if I'm going to get out after this next contract is over.
Do you know any friends or Army that have been in the Army that have experienced like trauma or any type of flashbacks?